Hey everyone, Ben from Mash Hacks here. Now, I'm going to let you in on a little bit of a second half bottling day. Essentially what I've done is I brewed too much beer, thought I had enough bottles to bottle it all up, but didn't. So now I bottled last week, and I'm going to bottle about another 13 bottles today. And I thought I'd take you and show you a bit of a quick sneak preview at how I do my bottling. It's pretty simple, so let's get into it. Right, we basically fill up a sink with detergent. My detergent of choice is the Vanish Oxy Action, but you can pick anything you like. Now, as you can see, I have Hoppers bottles that I've just been drinking from my local bottler, and when you soak them in hot detergenty water for a little while, the labels just peel right off. And you're left with a little bit of sticky residue, but that will come off as well. If you've watched my Brew in a Bag equipment requirements video, you'll no doubt recognize this guy. It's a bottle brush. And I have been rinsing my bottles properly, so they're not dirty, but I do like to give them a bit of a bottle brush, just to make sure I've got absolutely everything out. It's very simple. Bit of water. Sorry, it sounds simple. It's difficult to get that brush into the bottle. Beautiful, clean bottle. That'll come up. Yep, see, look at that. The residues come off, and you have a nice clean bottle. Alright, detergent done. These are nice and clean. I'm going to rinse them in this hot water, and then I'm going to do the sanitation run. Let's do that now. Bottle's done, time to sanitize. Empty both your waters. Get yourself some Star San, or in my case, Neil's No Rinse Sanitizer. Same stuff. Thanks, Neil. Again, you need a tiny, tiny amount. I think it's a few milliliters in per 5 liters. And what we're going to do here is rinse our bottles in this sanitizer, and then just put them aside. Now we just want to coat the insides and outsides of these bottles. There'll be some foam left over on the insides, but that's fine. Leave your sanitizer there. There's always things you need to remember to sanitize later on. I'm going to grab my bottling wand and my funnel. Again, as per the required equipment in the Brew in a Bag, we've got our funnel. That's super useful for putting the sugar in the bottles, and we've got our bottling wand, which is going to basically attach to the spigot of our fermenter, and when you push on this, the beer comes out. Alright, next step is carbonation. Now you can do this in a couple of ways, but what I prefer to do is whack the sugar directly in the bottles, rather than measuring it out into a big bucket. Because A, I don't have a second bucket, and B, I don't know, I like the precision of just putting the exact amount in each bottle. I find it kind of nice. You don't get problems with mixing, uneven mixing, less oxygenation because you don't have to mix your wort. It's just a personal preference. You can do it any way you want, but here's my simple carbonation. Now, here's how I do it. A, you go online and you find out how much sugar you need per bottle. I'm going to throw a video up right this second which just shows me going through. I put in the amount of liquid I have, I put in the carbonation amount I want. In this case, I think I'm shooting for 2.6 volumes, or atmospheres, or whatever you call it. And that should give me a nice sort of, a standard carbonation for an American Pale Ale. So, I've worked out that I need roughly 2.3 grams of sugar, and I'm just using standard table sugar. And I need 2.3 grams per bottle, so I'm going to go measure out something reliable, such as, I don't know, a half teaspoon, or an eighth teaspoon, or a quarter teaspoon, or whatever it is. Let's go half teaspoon and see how many grams that is. gives us 2.6. So somewhere between a very flat level one and a slightly leveled off one. And now it's a case of whacking it in and putting a level teaspoon on each one. Pretty much like this. Next. Done. All right, we're in the laundry. You can see the fermenter here. Now, you might have seen me mucking around and setting it up. What you really want to do is get this set up ahead of time, preferably 24, even 48 hours before you're going to bottle, and let it sit there and don't touch it, and that'll let everything settle out. That's okay for this time because I mean I'm already down to, pretty much the bottom of the fermenter anyway. I've bottled the rest of this beer probably about a week ago now. I just whacked the airlock back on top again to keep the sort of oxygen out. I got a little bit of oxygen in, but I'm not too worried. I'm going to now bottle the last, remaining 10 or so bottles. Grab your freshly sanitized bottling wand and attach it to the spigot. Ta-da! And you can turn it on. Beer flows down. Now, one thing you're going to want to do is go and remove the airlock from your fermenter just to let air in as you let beer out. All you do with these is you push up and then this little nozzle will let the beer out. I let the liquid rise all the way to the top, and then just before it spills over, pull the bottle back down out again, and that will leave you with about sort of headspace to about there. Now with these flip top bottles, that's it, we're done, we're bottled. Now one tip with these bottling ones is push it all the way up and then just let it down just a tiny bit, and that'll let the beer flow a little easier. Now, one tip with this as well, you'll notice that my beer is quite clear coming out, but when you first open the spigot, when you first drain some out, it's a really good idea to take maybe a cup's worth, just a standard measuring cup. Take a cup's worth out, you'll probably get some yeast sediment and etc. in there. Throw that away, take another little cup, have a sip because it's tasty, and then measure the final gravity there as well. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 bottles out of the, what did I wash 13, so that's pretty good. An extra 9 bottles from a batch that other people would have just thrown away. And so that's a sneak peek at my bottling process. I'll go into more information and a bit more depth about the bottling process in future Brew in a Bag videos I've got coming up. But apart from that, there's another one for the pile. Cheers!